Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Three Spurs Boys. Today is the premiere of our new preview show. Yours truly, LittleK, and my co-host, the queen of the community, Queen Elly.
Come
How are
on
you
then.
today?
Bring it on. Bring it on. Bring on the Arsenal. Bring on
Yeah.
the Woolwich Wanderers, I call them. I'm really well. I'm looking forward to the match. I'm going to the match. I'm going to meet up with a lot of YouTubers and a lot of friends, cousins. Whoever would meet me, I'm willing to meet them. But one thing's for sure, this is going to be the best match of the season. And it's come early, hasn't
Oh,
it?
yeah. Yeah. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous you guys are going to the match, honestly. I mean, I had a great experience when I went, but, I know we're going to win this time. Last time we obviously came up short, but, let's get in. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
First,
Let's
let's say
get
hi to the
it.
people in the chat.
Little Kate to go.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Little Kate to go. Welcome to Leo, the Mile High Hotspur. Leo.
Do the hi, Leo.
Hi, Leo.
Hello, Leo.
Okay.
Woo. Then you've got
Vamos.
Football
Jose is here.
Ferreira saying vamos. That means quick, isn't it? I think it means quick.
Let's go. It means let's go.
Let's go. Rincatic Sport Agenda. Big up to you too.
Leo.
Nice to see you in our chat.
Really
And
need
he's
it.
also saying, is that the real okay? Yeah. Ellie, I watched Hybier. What's that say? What I watched Hybier. He
In
was
real life.
actually decent in Denmark. Yeah, he was, and he scored a goal. Look, I still got a homage to him. You can take Hybier out of Spurs, but you can't take Hybier out of Ellie. Come on. Sorry, guys, I had to get that one in. But do you know what? Let's get Stark cracker-lacking because we want to know who's out of both squads. So I know for sure that Jasmine Rice is out.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
That's what we're going to call him, Jasmine Rice.
Well, why do you do
And
that?
also Odegaard. Odegaard is out. So that's
Yeah,
two
you're injured.
bonuses. Two bonuses for Spurs. You know, because they're two key players, aren't they,
Yeah,
Chris?
yeah.
What do you think of that, Chris? Do you think we've got a better chance of beating them because
I
those
mean,
two players are out?
it definitely boosts our chances. I mean, Odegaard's a great player. Rice in the hold, amazing. So, yeah. It's really good.
I agree. Because like Rice dictates a lot of their play from midfield, and he wins the ball back a lot. So they've got Thomas Partey though. He's quite decent in midfield and he's quite aggressive. But
Rice,
I don't think he gets about the pitch as much as Rice. So we've got one up on them on that score. And then Odegaard, he's a fantastic player with Saka. He links up so well. So Saka, we're going to see what he's made of now. You know, whether he can do it without his pal, you know, linking up play with him. Yeah. But in our squad, who have we got missing? Well, they say Solanke is not 100% fit, so we're not sure whether he's going to make it, but we think he is. I think he's going to be included in the starting 11. Have you heard anything on that, Krish?
I mean, yeah, I know he was injured, but I didn't hear anything of him coming back yet. But VDV was out for the Newcastle game, and
Yeah.
Most lucky.
so is Slinky. He was playing for the Leicester game, but I didn't hear much about Bazuma though. So
Yeah, Basuma,
He got hurt.
we think he's going to be out, and I think obviously Richarlison, he's another injury.
Yeah.
I don't know how he picks up these injuries when he's not playing.
exactly.
What is he doing? Is he
Just walking
getting
down the
injured in
street,
training?
there's yeah.
You know, so I think Romero must be kicking him because Argentina and Brazil have got a very bad rivalry, haven't they?
Oh yeah, they do, especially with
I just
Messi
don't
and
understand
Rodrigo.
it. I don't think we've got any more injuries. I think Basuma's a little bit of a doubt. So, listen, we've got enough, and I think Bentancur will be available for this match, I believe. But he's been cited by the FA, hasn't he? But I think he might miss about 6 to 8 matches if he's found guilty, which is a big down for Spurs because we really do need the experience in midfield. What do you think, Chris? Do you think Bentancur missing will be a big miss for us as well?
Yeah,
If
yeah. He's a workhorse. Always
yeah,
running up,
and
down.
I think Sarr needs to step up as well because he's been quite poor when he's been like starting from the match. He was dropped, wasn't he? So I think we need to see the Sarr from say early season to near the end of the season. Like,
Yeah.
we need to see that Sarr like cooking and scoring goals. I mean, he only scored 3 goals to tell you the truth, but he works like a workhorse and he covers every blade of the grass. So missing is Richie Lancashire. Lancashire pulled a muscle, I believe. He pulled a hamstring.
Hamstring.
Yeah.
Hamstring, yeah. VDV. Is he actually, maybe is VDV Solanke and Basuma? I think that VDV will make it though. I really think they're going to keep that one up their sleeve.
I hope so, me personally, because I mean, Dragon's was amazing though against Newcastle. It was
Yeah.
amazing, easily the better between the two, Romero and him. Good
Yeah,
afternoon.
I think so.
Afternoon.
Well, I like Dragosin. I think he's a fabulous defender. He might not be the quickest, but he thinks with his brain. And
Right.
look what he did against Newcastle. He was fabulous. Actually, we had a very good team performance against Newcastle. Very unlucky to lose. We had so much possession. We should have killed off the game, but our finishing. Look, we didn't have that many clear-cut chances, but the chances we had, we should have put them away. We should
Yeah.
have. And look what happened. We go and lose the match, unfortunately. But these things happen in football, Chris,
Yeah.
and it's disappointing, isn't it?
Yeah, but on the Bentancur thing, me personally, I think that penalty is way too harsh. Well, what do you think on that?
Yeah, I think it is because, like, you know what? The FA have got a point, right? They want to punish him, but I think 6 to 8 matches is a bit harsh because,
6 to
like,
12.
I remember, what's his name? Eric Cantona. He kicked a Crystal Palace fan near his neck, and I think he got an 8-match ban. And I don't think Bentancur's like misdemeanor is that bad, really. Look, we've been joined by Kuva Bear. Hello, Kuva.
Kuva 99.
I like to see what he wrote. Jackie, let you yourself go a bit. Thank you, Kuva. You've made my day now. You know what I mean. Right. You can always rely on Kuva to give one. Right. So what do you think? Do you feel that we've got the best chance we've had in years to beat them? Because they've got the upper hand on us lately because we drew last season 2-2 at their ground and we were unlucky to lose at home. I must admit, because I was at that match and we lost 3-2. What was your take on the home game? What did you think?
Me personally, no excuses. We should have won every game. I'm a little bit deluded, like my father.
Yeah.
Have anything to say about
I agree. I think we should have beat them at their ground as well, because in the second half, we stepped it up. Like the first half, they were pressing us very high and they weren't letting us get out of our box. But the second half, we took the initiative, and that brilliant move by James Maddison, he left Saka for dead. He actually skinned him, didn't he? God, I hope he does that again because we need Maddison to step up. Like he's been playing better than last season, towards the end of last season when he came back. Like when he first came back, he wasn't very good. And then he picked up a little bit, then he dropped off again. Yeah, so we need him to step up. And the second goal, he pressed Jorginho and he made a mistake and he won the ball and he passed it to Sonny. And Sonny finished it sublimely, didn't he? Fantastic. I really enjoyed that game because I was in Cyprus. And this time round, I'm not going to be in Cyprus until next week. Next Saturday, I'm going for my daughter's wedding. So I'm so happy to catch this match.
Congratulations.
And thank you very much. I'll pass the congratulations on to Sophia and Sam. Listen, I know you was at the match with your dad when we lost, but it was a very good experience for you, I bet. Dad going into the Spurs shop and buying you everything as well. Sorry, Brian Daigle. Yeah. What what did you think of the stadium, Krish? Did you like the stadium, or did you think it was
it's the best place I've ever been to on earth. Beautiful, most beautiful place ever. But honestly, I think we could have spent that £1 billion on the squad, me personally. But stadium is brilliant.
You know what? It's a good thing that we've built it because we're going to make money, but we have to spend that money wisely, and we have to build a squad. Because I think we've let ourselves down by not buying the youngsters. Buy the youngsters. That's very good, because they're our future. But also buy some first teamers who are going to start and press those first teamers to make them play better to keep their places. Because you've already seen it. Kulusevski stepped up. Maddison has stepped up. We haven't had the results we've deserved. I don't think so, Chris. What do you think so far? Win, lose, or win? We drew, won, and lost so far. Do you feel that we should have had 9 points on the board even?
Yep, 100%. We should have beat Leicester, arguably the easiest game of the season.
Yeah,
on paper. We should have beat Newcastle. Many chances, didn't tuck it away.
Yeah, I think we had over 20 chances against Newcastle. I think they had 4 big chances to our 20. So really, we had a lot of possession. I think it was 71% or 73% possession, and we controlled that game. We bossed it, but I don't know. I was so frustrated at the end of that match. Honestly, I could have broken my telly, really, because I go crazy when I'm watching Spurs. And when you feel like you've got the upper hand and then you lose the match, it's so disappointing. Really. But the thing is, we've got to move on now. We've got to put that behind us and brush ourselves down and then start against Arsenal, because this is a big opportunity to go level on points with them. All we have to do is win 1-0 and we're level on points with them, and then we'll go above them on goal difference as well. So Destiny 5 saying, I agree, we need sprinkle of experience and a touch of class to complete the squad. Yeah, we didn't do it. It's disappointing, Destiny 5. Krish, do you feel that we've let ourselves down in the transfer market by not strengthening the first 11?
Yes, 100%. We should have brought Eze in. 65 mil on a player that got injured in his first game. Come on now.
And he's already cooking, isn't he, Eze? He would have been. It would have been lovely to have got him, but you know what? We had the money in the coffers as well. It's not like we didn't have the money there, because we got rid of so much dead wood to get rid of the wage bill.
But I think, me personally, if we did have Eze, we probably would have won those games.
Yeah, I reckon we would. He's very good on the ball, and he's very good at passing, and his movement off the ball is brilliant, and he can score a goal, and he would have linked up well with Sonny, because he's very much like Dembele in a way, because I like, he's got Dembele traits, and he would have been a fabulous addition to our team, and I think he would have been a starting 11 easily,
especially with Odegaard lacking experience. Johnson were crap like usual, so he would have been a great asset to our team.
You know what, Johnson, right? It's funny because you look at his stats from last season. He scored 5 goals and 10 assists, and then you look at him with the eye, and he sort of flatters to deceive, doesn't he? Like, you don't see a player that's gonna He excites me in the way he moves and the way he picks up the ball and he runs at the defender.
Yeah.
But he just lacks that final ball. But then he's got 10 assists. So do we give him a whirl? Do we persevere with him until he improves? Or do we play him as a striker? That a lot of people have been saying he should be playing as a striker. But then what do we do with Solanke? That's the problem. And then I believe Kulusevski is better as that false 9 because he's stronger. He's a much stronger player physically than Brennan Johnson. So do you feel Brennan Johnson shouldn't play on the wing? There's a lot of people saying this.
Where's he going to play?
Where would he play? Where we play striker, you get
problem. That's the problem. Because, like, where do we play him? Do we play him as a midfielder? Then we've got Maddison, Basuma, Bentancur, Sarr, Kulusevski can play as a midfielder occasionally. You know, it's hard because it's hard to integrate him into another position because we've bought Solanke now. So I just think he's going to be playing on that right wing. That's my personal opinion.
Me personally, just play him as a super sub for the wing.
Yeah, I think he's better off the bench because when he starts matches, he tires. He normally tires around about 55 to 65 minutes. Like, normally he's taken off even before 60 minutes because he hasn't got the physicality to keep on running. And so I heard somebody say, I think it was Sava. He said that he runs, but he's not that fast. I think it was Sava, but he's not that fast. But I disagree with that. I think he is fast. But what he does, he lacks confidence. So he stops his run and he checks, right? And then he'll his physicality doesn't take him, as you know, past the player from his strength. You know, he needs to put on a little bit of weight. I think he's a bit too. Maybe he needs to come round my house, Chris. I'll fatten him up. You know, I've got that trait. Yeah. So should we move on to the London derby itself? I think the viewers will be really chomping at the bit to get into the game. Now, I think Spurs predicted lineup, right? This is what I believe it's going to be. I agree with that. I think that's going to be the lineup. Apart maybe Dragushin. What do you think, Chris? Do you think that would be near the mark, or do you think VDV is going to make the cut?
I think he will. Me personally, I hope he does. Genuinely, I hope he does.
Yeah, but there's no Solanke there, which is a big worry. I think Solanke might make it. I just think we've been resting him, you know, because he did pick up a knock in training apparently.
Before we go to our lineup, this is the Opta's predicted lineup. We're gonna say
yeah. So they don't really know whether VDV's 100% fit, and we're not sure on Solanke. So I'm hoping those two players are going to play. I personally think they're going to play. I think they're going to play because Spurs always have one up their sleeve. And if we leave our cards too much on the table, Arsenal may change their formation a bit. With VDV, we're going to have much more pressing and much more higher line, I believe. But I just worry about that ball over the top. Johnson and Werner both run so fast, but their brains can't keep up. That is very true. You know what, though? I would give Johnson more credence than Werner. He lacks intelligence in front of goal, and confidence is not there. You know, like his movement in front of goal is not very good. Like he'll stand behind the defender instead of making an angle for himself, which is the wrong thing to do. You must go to the back post, make it easy for the winger to find you. You know, make your own space. Just go on a deceptive run or check back so they can pass to you. But he doesn't do any of that, and I just don't like Werner. You know, I'm not against him coming off the bench, but not for starting. No way. I think Odegaard offers lots more. But I think Odegaard was better on the left than the right. So what do you think what's your predicted lineup, Chris? What do you think it's going to be?
Hold on, let me just go through this lineup quickly first. So they have Bacardi Yogi left back, Romero, Jagi Poro, Bentancur, Sarr, Sonny, I'm guessing, on the left. On the top?
In the middle.
Sonny up top. Mass and Cab. Odegaard on the left and Kulu on the right.
Sonny a big striker.
Actually, no. They set it up that Sonny was the striker, Odegaard on the left, Kulu on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So off of that, me personally, I'll change a lot in this.
Yeah, what would you change?
I would. Well, I'll put same backline, but VDV over Dragusin, praying that he plays. Bentancur in the hold, Madison on the left cam, Kulu on the right cam, Johnson on the right, Solanke in the middle, and Sonny on the left. That's my predicted lineup. I think that would be great.
I like that. The only what I would do, I would play Kulu in the false nine, just behind Sonny. I'd have Odegaard on the right, and I'd have Johnson on the right, and I've had Odegaard on the left. Even though I don't think Johnson should start, he doesn't deserve a start. Just to balance the team up, and because Postecoglou likes the wingers to stay on the wings, I think it will suit his style better. And then I'll keep the same defence, but I would.
Go, Brian. There you go.
If he doesn't make it, then obviously, Hi, Brian. What's Brian saying? He's saying, big up everyone in the chat and the Queen on the screen, of course. LittleK, hope you are all well. Like, LittleK, see you at the yard tomorrow. Come on, you Spurs. Come on.
I'll see you there.
Yeah, that
Come
yard
on, you
is
Spurs.
cooking. You know, that yard is going to be so... Oh, I love that kit. I'm getting that kit tomorrow. I'm going to buy that kit tomorrow, 100%.
I love this. I love this kit so much.
Yeah. Right, en route to a baby shower, and what a joy to have you both to keep me company. That's so lovely. Yes, sporting it. And look, Brian, I've got Højbjerg with me still. He's in my dungeon. Just before we came on, Brian, I said, out with Postecoglou, back with Højbjerg. Come on. Our starting 11 for Spurs. Come on.
This is your starting 11. I already said
my starting 11 would be Vicario in goal.
Okay.
Porro at right wing back. Romero right wing back. Right back. Right centre back. I'll get it right in the end. And then VDV in the middle, Adogi on the left, and then I'd have Johnson, Madison on the right. Sonny if Solanke's not fit, but I think Solanke will be fit. Sonny on the left, Solanke in the middle, Kulu just behind Sonny, and Bentancur and Sarr. Have I done too many players? I think I've done too many players. All right, I'm going to have Kulu on the right and no Johnson. Johnson on the bench.
Johnson on the bench. That's some commitment by 3:25 a.m. 3:25 a.m. That's some commitment. Just to watch your team.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
I know he works as a paramedic. So, thank you for joining us, Peter.
Thank you. And just in case you guys are wondering why I have the number 2 instead of 7 for son, because before my brother went to college, my dad got us 3 kids. My brother's son number 1. I'm son number 2 because I'm the newborn, right? And then my dad's dad number 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, and he's the first son. I'm the second one. He's the dad. That's why. Just in case you guys are wondering.
You and I have got something in common, Chris. We're both the babies of our families.
Yeah.
But I've got 7 brothers, as everybody knows. Unfortunately for me, 7 brothers.
7
brothers,
7
no
brothers?
sisters. Yeah, 7 brothers, no sisters. Unfortunately, no. But I love all my brothers. They're all lovely. But it was hard growing up with all that testosterone.
I mean, it's a good thing we're the youngest. The youngest always look the best.
Yeah. My youngest brother, I always mention him. His nickname is Boo Boo. I'll just call him Boo for short. But his proper name is Balaskevas. That's why we don't call him Balaskevas. Too long. Anyway, let's get cracking onto the game. So, what is your starting lineup?
Wait. First, we're gonna look at the Gunners predicted lineup.
The Gunners predicted lineup.
They got Rhea
I
and
didn't
net.
care about them. I didn't want to mention them.
Saliba, White, Trossard, Jorginho, Partey, Martinelli, Havertz, and Saka. What do you think on that?
Yeah, that's still a strong team, because Trossard is a very good player. So he always, whenever he plays, they play really, really well because he's a very good, hard-working player as well. And he always comes up with a goal against Spurs as well. I don't know if you remember that Brighton when we lost 1-0 and he scored when he was at Brighton. And so big up to Kuva, big up Peter Cahias, Angus. Tomorrow we'll play a double pivot, Angus is saying. I hope so. It'd be a good idea. And Angus is saying hello to Kuva. Right, so that is a very good, strong lineup, and defensively they're fabulous because they play as a defence, like as a solid unit, whereas we play the high line. So we're high risk, high reward, and they're just low risk because they want to hold tight their fort. They defend it like Trojans, Arsenal, and they've proven over the last 2 seasons that they can mix it with the best. So we have to keep up with them, Krish, because we don't want them to go ahead of us. And they've already got the impetus. So we have to catch up this year.
Yeah, so now let's see what the pundits are saying about this game. Shearer, Mark Lawrenson, Carragher, and Gary Neville all predicting a draw.
Boring. Boring. No way. It's going to be a Spurs victory all the way, man. Come on. We're at home. 60,000 fans, 62,000 fans. Say about 4,000 will be Arsenal. So we've got 58,000 fans cheering us on. And we've got to make that place rock like when we beat them 3-0, so that we can pay them back for last season and beating us and singing that Postecoglou song. That was disgusting.
What do you think about this comment?
I don't think Martinelli will start. I think we might see Sterling. I really think they will play him because, when we played Chelsea and Sterling played, he played very well against us. And I think they're going to give him a run out. Yeah. Yeah, Peter Kagayas is just saying Liverpool stumbled today. Yes, they did. They got lost 1-0 to Forest. Very big surprise. Very big surprise after their fabulous win at Manchester United. And then they lose at home to Nottingham Forest.
They lost to Forest. Yeah.
What was the score?
1-0 to Nottingham Forest.
Forest, yeah.
Yeah.
What was the city score?
I couldn't believe it, Krish. Bobby, that's amazing. Like, Nottingham Forest go to Anfield and win.
Everton's beating Villa at halftime, 2-1.
Everton's beating Villa?
Yeah. There's some
Fulham, West Ham 1-1. Palace, Leicester drew 2-2. Brighton, Ipswich 0-0 draw.
That's a surprise as well.
Yeah.
I think Brighton was going to put them away.
Yeah.
When's Brighton playing Bournemouth? When's Chelsea playing Bournemouth? Is that today or tomorrow?
Okay, Peter's saying I'm about to finish my shift. So good luck, Peter. You deserve a rest.
I hope he meant the right shift.
Yeah, he didn't. He did not write the. He did not write the right.
He meant shift, not shit. You know what?
Hopefully, he finishes both in peace. His shift and his number 2.
Man City did win 2-1.
Man City won 2-1. Yeah.
Yeah, they were losing 1-0. My favourite player at Brentford, Vista, scored again. Everton winning at Villa, yeah. Kuva, keep us up with the score. I know Bobby will as well. Yeah. So, there's some surprise scores coming in. If they stay like that, Everton beat Villa, that would be 2 losses to Villa already. And they supposedly strengthened their squad, but I think they personally weakened it, because they got rid of 2 of their best players. Yeah. So, I just think we've got the beating of Arsenal because we're at home. We've got home advantage, but not only that, I think our players are getting fitter and fitter. We had a good pre-season. All right, we lost to Bayern Munich twice, but we gave them a good game in the second game, especially the second half. we stepped up a bit. So, Chris, what do you feel that we have to score first? Because a lot of people were saying we have to get the initiative and score first, but it doesn't work like that in derbies.
Now that we're talking about it, might as well just get into our predictions. Honestly, I think we played better when we're 1-0 down. I think we played better, but I would love to see us score first. Honestly, I'm predicting a 2-1 win. And what about yourself?
Who scores?
Yeah.
Who scores and when?
Who scores and when? Oh,
yeah. 2-1 win. Who scores first?
Obviously, Sonny
Grace. You're throwing out numbers out there. Add some content, man.
Obviously, Sonny Grace. Sonny Grace. Son scores in the right before halftime, and then Arsenal score just after halftime.
Who scores?
Saka.
Not Rice.
No. I still can't believe why he did that to himself.
Rice to be cooking his rice at home.
Yeah, but I think Saka will score another deflected goal. You'll probably cross it in, hit off one of our players. Own goal. And then Sonny last minute winner.
Yeah. Right, and I'm predicting 3-1 to Spurs. I think we're going to go 2-1 up at half time. I think Sonny will score the first goal. Then they'll equalise. I think Havertz will score from a corner again with his big head because he's about 10 foot tall, right? And then I think we'll get a Kulu a score, make it 2-1, and then after the break, Maddison will score a screamer. He'll score a really brilliant goal. Come on, Maddison. We deserve a goal from Maddison because we've been waiting for this fantastic Maddison to reappear. And he hasn't reappeared. This season so far, he's played okay. You know, he hasn't set the stadium alight, but he's been very steady and he's done some very good things.
Yeah.
Much better than last season, the way he finished it. He was really pants last season. After his injury, he didn't step up at all. Now, Angus is saying you are not scoring 3 goals versus us. Well, we'll wait and see, Angus, won't we? Yeah.
So, you guys have heard it here. 3-1 from the Queen, 2-1 from yours truly. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Now, let's get on to your favorite NOD goal.
So
tell me.
This one's easy for me. Right, it was Gareth Bale's goal when we beat them 2-1, and he went up to the camera and he went like that because I just liked his celebration. The goal was brilliant as well because it was a really good move, and he finished it off so coolly, just like when a player places the ball rather than whacks it. I love that because it shows football IQ. You just pick your spot and just stroke it into the net. And the way he celebrated was brilliant. I loved it. Yeah, you could see all the spit on the camera as well, Chris. What was your favourite North London goal?
The day I fell in love with the beautiful sport itself. December 6th, 2020. Tottenham vs Arsenal. The 2-0 win.
2020.
Was it not 2020?
That goal, but you didn't fall in love with the game. You've been watching it since you were 5 years old.
That's when I genuinely fell in love with the game.
Listen, Chris has got a lot of love to put around,
Queen gives it to Son. This is the curler right into the top corner. Amazing. Best goal I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my God. What a great goal. Fantastic. You know what? We've had some marvellous games against Arsenal, and the rivalry is so special because although we've got sort of a mutual hatred for one another, right? Because we're supposed to. That's natural to hate your rivals. But it's not a hate that goes
I hate Angus.
That's it, Bobby. You sock it to him. Right, I'm going to second that. I hate Angus as well because you're a gooner. But I don't hate you.
Absolutely despise you.
Who's the best player tomorrow? You're worried about for us?
Who's the player you're most worried about for us? No one.
But we love you joining us, Angus, because you can give us some banter. And what better way to start off a London derby, a North London derby, with a bit of banter with an Arsenal fan. Listen, it's a mutual hate, right? But Krish, because you're quite young to the scene in terms of Spurs, but you're such a passionate fan and you love Spurs. I like that video you did walking down the road with the dog. That was fantastic. But you know, it oozes out of you. It oozes out of you that you hate Arsenal. So when you went to the match with your dad, that was something special. And I know that you would have like reached your dad's bank account as well.
Oh yeah, 100%. We're
Right,
actually
but
just gonna get into that actually.
what was the best moment? What was the best moment of your Spurs life? Because that's what we're coming up to. What's your best ever memory? There you go. That was such a brilliant video. I loved it. Do you know how many times I watched that? So many times. When I'm feeling down or if we've just lost, I just put Krish on because it cheers me up. Or I just phone you up and I go, "Come on, you Spurs."
So, on the topic that you were just talking about, what's your favorite NLD memory?
My favourite memory is when we beat them 5-0 because we'd lost 5-0 when Liam Brady played absolutely sublimely for Arsenal. They battered us and we paid them one back 5-0, and I was so happy. To beat Arsenal 1 or 2-0 is fabulous, you know. Any score against Arsenal, that's a victory. But to beat them 5-0, that was special. But you know what? I'm going to top it. I'm going to top it when we beat them in the League Cup 5-1, because that was the League Cup semi-final. And we absolutely battered them more than we did when we won 5-0, even though they got a goal. And I think Adebayor scored that goal for Arsenal. He scored a screamer. But we absolutely thrashed them. We made them look stupid. And that one's for you, Angus.
You see, I wouldn't know. I didn't even think I was born back then. I didn't even think I was in my dad's thoughts. But, you know, if that's your favorite memory, so be it. My favorite memory?
That was 2008. 2008. You were born. You must have been born. Yeah?
No, 2011.
2011.
Oh, you were born 2000. Oh, my God, you're too young, Krish.
Yeah, I know.
So
I mean,
young.
my favorite memory, obviously, best day of my life. Flew from England, watched the game. Although we lost, it was a great experience. Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
And the stadium atmosphere. I remember once I did a stadium tour for you when you had me on your show. And I really enjoyed showing you the stadium. And it was so lovely to meet up with you guys at Ben Kaufman's coffee shop. You came round my house. I gave you some gifts.
The mac and cheese.
You had the mac and cheese, the famous Elly Macaronia de
Good.
as we call it in Greek. Yeah, and I'd love you to come again. I'd really love you to come again. You know, it'd be so lovely for you to come to my home. But I'll be living in Chelmsford then. I won't be in this house anymore. So hopefully you'll get over one day. Daddy will save up his pennies, and maybe you could get a part-time job when you're old enough and save up your pennies and come over. Honestly, it was so amazing meeting you all. And you know what, I was quite overwhelmed. And even my husband Theo, he said, "What lovely people you are." He loved your dad especially. He loved your dad.
Thanks for those kits you gave us. Thanks for those kits.
Yeah, they're probably too small for you now, so I'll have to get you some new ones.
It's big on me. It's big on me still.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I did buy them a size bigger so that you can wear them.
Mine still.
Jade still fits too.
Mine still fits him too.
Yeah, I put Sonny's name on your one and Dyer. Jade. So how's Jay doing at uni? Has he started studying yet?
Yeah, he's gone. I mean, well, he's back for this weekend, but
he's such a lovely kid, you know, and he's such a clever boy, and I'm sure you're going to follow in your big brother's footsteps and go to uni as well, Krish. You know, so but you keep up with your football career as well, and I like to hear from you if you send me Snapchats of you playing, or just little snippets of when you've scored or what you've done, and how your score line.
I'll make sure I send them to you.
I'm
I have
really
some goals I
interested
can send you right now.
in
I have some goals I can send you right now.
You got her on Snapchat. Send her to her on Snapchat.
I got it.
Because I'm the queen of absolutely everything. So
What's Angus asking?
Yeah,
Who's
so
your favorite
Arsenal
player
of
all time?
oh, that's a hard one. It's hard, isn't it, to pick one?
player?
I've had so many brilliant players.
Ooh, it's actually a hard question. Hold on.
Yeah, it is.
For me, it's easy. Dennis Bergkamp, because he was a Tottenham fan.
Yes.
Oh, no, I do know who that is, but I don't remember playing for Arsenal.
Who did you see play that you thought was always a good player for Arsenal when he played, and you wouldn't mind having him on your team?
Well, obviously, I mean, against us or like just looking at them play?
Just looking at them play. What Arsenal player would you want on your squad, basically?
Right now? Or all
time. Who's your favorite out of them all?
Yeah,
Ever?
any player you can pick out of Arsenal.
Anybody you can think of.
It's actually a really hard question.
It
Think of
is.
the ones you've seen play. It's not that many. You've only.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. There's not that many.
Yeah.
So
You wouldn't want Saka, Rice, even
Saka,
players now. What about Saliba?
Rice, 100%.
You would want Declan Rice, yeah? Well, me, it's quite easy.
Odegaard,
not Rice. Odegaard. Phenomenal.
You do Odegaard. Okay. For me, it's quite easy, but you probably have not even heard of him. I've mentioned him already today.
Robbie.
Right. Now, there would be two players, but I'm not going to be greedy. I'll pick one. Right. So it's a player called Liam Brady, an Irish boy. He was absolutely brilliant. He was very technically gifted. He scored the most brilliant goals. He was such a brilliant dribbler of the ball. And the only other one I would put in would be Thierry Henry, because I just loved Thierry Henry. He was fabulous. And the goals he scored and the way he is around Arsenal, he loves the club. And I love players who love their club. Whatever club you play for the badge. And they both play for the badge. But I'm going to choose Liam Brady over.
Wait, Ellie, gotta stop. We got a new member. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yippee! Thanks for the super chat. Who's awesome? You are.
Also regret
you
that.
Are. You know what? Peter's such a generous man. And I was having a chat with David Shear today. And Peter introduced David to this thing that you can watch all the matches. So David was so excited that he can watch the North London Derby tomorrow. So, yeah, and what I want to do, guys, I'm going to be at the match. I'm going to do a match vlog for your next show, right? And I'll send it to Dad, all right? And then you can put it on your next show, hopefully. I'll do it at the beginning. I'll interview a few YouTubers. And then I'll do a half-time vlog and a full-time vlog for you. And I'll get some popular YouTubers to do their take on the match.
Hold on. Check this out.
Come on.
Yeah.
He's gifted. Woo! He bought 5 other people memberships is what that means.
Thank you so much for joining us, especially at the time. Wait. Let me just...
Come on. What a great Spurs fan. Do you know what?
Yippee! Thanks for the super chat. Who's awesome? You are.
And I'll tell you, the 5 people that got the memberships were the Sheriff, Mark Cousin, Angus McDowell, the Arsenal fan, Kate from Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs, Kuva 99, and Daniel Coys. All 5 of them were gifted memberships.
Yeah.
So the Sheriff, Angus, Just a Girl, Kate, Kuva, and Daniel all got memberships. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you, Peter.
Yeah, have a lovely time in New York as well, Kate. Have a lovely time with Jimbo in New York. Hope you have a brilliant time over there.
They're going to New York, and they never told me they're going to become right beside us.
You see, you're not in the loop, Bobby. You have to get into the loop. Yeah, and thank you very much. I'm looking forward to receiving my Glenn Hoddle plaque as well from you, Kate. So, mwah. Yeah, I really love Glenn Hoddle. Everybody knows that. My favourite ever Spurs player is Glenn Hoddle. But my favourite player in terms of technical skill and the way he played. But I love Steve Perryman as well, club captain who played over 150 games for us. And he's our most decorated player. And he's got a fabulous podcast, everybody. Steve Perryman's podcast. Tune into it because he tells some really great stories about Bill Nicholson and his time at Spurs. He's such a fabulous advocate for Spurs and he does really love Ange Postecoglou. So I think, you know what, there's players in the past, we can learn from them, Krish, you know, how they played and have their spirit and play for the badge because all those players in the 80s and the 70s and the 60s, we were a fabulous team right throughout that period. And even the 1950-51 team, because they got promoted. 49-50, they won the second division championship. That was what they called a championship now. And they came up and they won the first division championship, which is the Premiership now. And they won it in style with the push and run style, which was like, it was very innovative for that period. And we introduced it to a lot of clubs. A lot of clubs copied our style, you know, because they loved the way we played. And I think Ange Postecoglou's nearly there. I think if he doesn't play the high line all the time and he switches it up, I think we can do a lot better defensively, you know, because we do play high risk, high reward, which is good. It is good. But we have to make sure that when we're doing that we keep disciplined and focused. Because against Newcastle, we got caught out. I always say we get caught with our pants down because they switch off. They switch off and then the other team scores. So I think we're nearly there. We're nearly there. A few more tweaks here and there by Postecoglou because he has learnt a lot from last season. That's one thing for sure. What do you think? Do you think Postecoglou's style is going to be more effective traits of mistakes we were making last year?
Elly, you're breaking up.
I'm breaking up?
Yeah. Are you?
Can you hear me now?
You're still breaking up, actually.
I'll come out and come back in.
Oh, no, we're going to wrap up.
Oh, no, don't worry about it. We're just going to wrap up now.
I'll stay because we're going to wrap up anyway.
Okay.
Let's have your final thought, Krish. What's your final thought for tomorrow's match?
Easy 3 points.
Easy 3 points. Easy. Come on.
3 points. And my final thought is I hope VDV plays. I hope Solanke is cooking. But I hope Sonny is the man because he's your man. And anybody you love, I love, Krish. Come on, Sonny. Sock it to the Arsenal. Let's go and batter them. 3-1, 2-1 by Krish, 3-1 by the Queen. How about Bobby? What's your prediction, Bobby?
That prediction?
Bobby?
I'm going 2-0 Spurs.
Come on. Let's go. Let's go to White Lane. I wish you was with us, boys. I wish you were with me, enjoying the match. But you're going to be enjoying it at the, what's it called?
At the yard, Scotland Yard. Yeah.
Yeah, Scotland Yard. That's it. Scotland Yard. That'll be cooking tomorrow. Come on, you Spurs. Let's go and batter the Arsenal. Angus, over and out. Bye-bye, everybody. Tune in to the next show. Spurs, Free Spurs boys. They're cooking. Come on.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody in the chat. I hope you enjoyed our first preview show. Thank you, Peter. Special shout out to you.
Thank you, Lisa O, for joining us.
You've heard it from here. 3-1, 2-1, 2-0. So come on, you Spurs!
Come on, you Spurs!
Have a good day.
Bye.